Hello everybody, welcome to my channel Billionaire No.1. Welcome to my channel Billionaire No.1. And let me tell you something about myself. I'm a billionaire worth 1.3 billions. I start very early to work. I remember being 12 years old, working for my father as a gardener. I received little money, let's say $5 an hour for each hour, and to do other gardening work in a garden for our neighbors, for example. And now I'm in my mid-30s, and now I'm worth 1.3 billion. And my goal is to have the biggest billions on earth, you feel me? I mean, I want to become the biggest billionaire that has ever been on planet earth. I remember Michael Jackson. He used to be the greatest entertainer who has ever been on planet Earth, and that is what I want to become for the for the finance for the financial industry. And the fact is, you're not becoming wealthy by spending the money. You need to take care of your money, and the money is going to take care then of you. It means if you waste your money, you are then in big trouble maybe. So I request you kindly, never ever waste your money, and it's more about to keep the money before spending. Saving the money, it's much better than wasting the money. And if you keep it for the rest of your life, it's you end up as a millionaire or a billionaire. I became a billionaire at the age of 19, and now I'm 35. And I'm 1.3 billion worth, and you need to imagine it took me, let's say, 23 years to reach that level. A billionaire is somebody who lives in his own world, in his own environment. He is very busy in his own environment, and it's like to have a structure of several incomes. As I told you before in many other videos, for example, Mr. Donald Trump, he owes, let's say, 100 companies or even more. I mean, 100 structure to make money, and he owes, let's say, everybody knows what his profession is, besides being a TV personality. And he knows how to market his name, and this is an opportunity to make money for him. And he knows how to, he owes a beauty pageant, and if you want to become a billionaire, you need to accept it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. It's like, planting a tree, and it doesn't grow overnight. You feel me? And it means if you plant something to become a big rich billionaire, so it takes time. You need to understand, you need several incomes. Please take a piece of paper and write everything down, what you think, how to become a billionaire. For first, I'm about to write I wrote a few books, but now I'm working on another book, how to become a billionaire. And every billionaire has a book out. Even Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, everybody has written a book, and that is an opportunity to make money, to promote your book, and to sell to market your book, to sell your book, and whatever. And the reason why many people are broke, it's the case is they spend their money and they do not invest the money. And it's very important to understand the value of investing. You need to invest your money with valuable companies, which means, for example, Apple, for example, is a valuable company. And if you invest your money with Berkshire Hathaway, which belongs to Warren Buffett, that's a valuable company, and there are plenty of them. So you need to find out what kind of company is valuable, And I'm gonna go next time. I'm gonna step deeper into value investing, but right now I want to stay on the topic like not to waste the money. For example, if you wanna buy, you need for first to buy food, and you need a place for a living, and maybe a car, and that's basically it. And the rest of the money you should save. And it means if you, for example, let me give you an example. If you wanna buy shoes, for example, I keep it that way since the age, let's say, of 20 or 21. I started not to waste immediately the money on shoes. For example, if I see a pair of beautiful shoes, for example, I do a reflection, let's say 3 months, for 3 months before I waste that kind of money. What happens then is the fact that if you do not waste the money immediately, I remember I had it very often in my life, because I do that kind of reflection to think about, to put the money away in a special envelope, and after 3 months it can happen that those shoes were cheaper than before. That is another side effect. And reflection is a part how to reach the point to become wealthy. If you do not reflect, reflection is like, to think, is it necessary? Do you need it for a living? Do you need new shoes for a living? Is it, if you do not have the shoes, those shoes, are you going to die then? And basically you realize what is important in life. In life it's important is that you have something to eat, a place for living, maybe a car to go from A to B, and clothes. That's basically it, what you need in your life. So I mean, what you need in your life to survive. And if you think like, if you waste your time on YouTube and watch all those, whatever Russian billionaire shit, how they waste their money, that's bullshit. That is a system to end up broke. That is a structure to waste the money that you end up broke. And as I told you before, for the next video I'm about to plan is going to dig deeper into the what you call value investing. And if you have any kind of question, please ask me or whatever. You can subscribe to my channel. And now let me tell you something more about another company. It's one of the most, those companies are among those Fortune 500 companies. Let's take, for example, everybody knows the brand Chanel. Chanel is one of the most valuable brands in the world, and Chanel is owned by two Jewish brothers, Wertheimer or whatever, and it's not Karl Lagerfeld's not the owner of Chanel. Karl Lagerfeld is a better employee, and Chanel has like a value, let's say 53 billion or whatever. I mean, a real big company, and those guys are, you never see them in front of a camera. They do not go to a front row show, they never sit in a front row, they do not do interviews. You do not see them on television. Those guys are really private. They do not waste the money, they keep the money. That's the reason why those people are big rich. So you need to understand, every time you waste money, you step to a goal to become poor. If you keep the money, it means you step forward to become rich and independent. You need to realize that. For example, you say it's just $40, but $40, what does it mean exactly? $40 means you can buy, for example, if you keep it and on a long distance, for example, and invest it, for example, you can buy a stake of, a share from a company, for example, and make then profit out of $40. You understand me? And so that is a basic structure you need to understand. Before wasting your money, do a reflection. Reflect about it. It means put that kind of money in a special envelope and put it away for 3 months and do a reflection about it. And mostly you're gonna realize then that you do not necessarily need those stuff, for example. So thanks for listening. Have a beautiful day. Thanks. Bye bye.